Well, welcome back. I'm working on the little lamb's head today in this session, and I went ahead, you'll notice that I had legs in here, and I just decided that the lamb didn't look real comfortable. I wanted him to be more snuggled in, more secure, so I just took his legs out, and so now he's just snuggled right in there in the arms of Jesus. So now his head, I'm using mixtures of my mud, which is 2 parts of ultramarine blue and 1 part of alizarin crimson, plus white, and then I've added just a tiny bit of cadmium orange into that, just to gray it just a little bit. Then I'm also using a mixture of my mud plus some ultramarine blue plus a little bit of cadmium orange. This just makes a little different gray than the color of the robe. The robe is a real, I guess that is the robe. That's a creamier white. And the lamb I want to be just bright white. As you can see, I start adding these bright light highlights on here, and he just really stands out against the creamy white of that robe. Now here I'm using just pure white. Now his ears are going to have a little pink tinge in them. So I've used alizarin crimson plus some of my mud plus a little bit of cadmium orange. And I just am bringing my white into that. And this ear is in shadow. Still going to have some lighter whites in there. And as it gets down to the end, there's less hair on his ear here, and so it gets pinker. I'm going to make it even a little darker here, adding a little bit more alizarin crimson into there. Yeah. He's just a little bitty baby. Darker in here. That's a little bit too dark, but I can come back and correct that. As we get down to his muzzle, he gets pinker down here. Almost flesh tone. Establish the light and dark patterns first, then I'll come back and add the lights in there. See, like here on his ear, where this light catches it, comes up and around. He's got a little pink on his nose. Again, that's a little bit too bright, but I'll come back in and fix that. I just get the canvas covered, then I can come back in and make changes. The light. It's here on the top of his nose. He's got a little kind of an eyebrow here around his eye. I'm using a bright brush. Again, this is a square brush, but I can use the corner of that brush to make smaller details. I can come in here and make his nostril. Got that nostril a little bit big. I just come here and some light hits on him right in there. Now I'm going to put his eye in. And I'm going to use my maul stick to steady my hand. You've seen this before if you've watched many of my videos. I just hook this over the top of my easel. And we bought this at Container Store in, I think, either 98 or 97. And it was $19.95. And I had one of my people that watch my YouTube videos and read my blog said that they found one at Container Store for $19.95. That's a pretty good deal that it stayed the same price all those years. Now I am painting his entire eye in with a mixture of my mud. Now I come back and I will make a crescent. The light's coming in from the upper right. So first of all, we have a catch light up near the upper lid. It's going to be about at 1 o'clock. Right here. In his eye. And now I come in and make a crescent on the iris opposite that. The light comes through the cornea of the eye and hits the iris over here on this side. I got that a little bit big, but I can just take some of my mud, come back, make that a little bit smaller. I'm going to use a little smaller brush, and now I'm going to take a lighter mixture. Now the mixture I used for that crescent was mud plus cadmium orange. Now I'm using a lighter mixture of that, and right in the center, right across from where that catch light is, I'm going to make it a little bit lighter. And I've got his catch light just a little bit large. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to go out with mud on my brush, just make that a little bit smaller. Now I've kind of pulled some of that into the dark so I can just repaint. And there we go. He's got a little bit of an eyelid, eyelashes. These little babies have the prettiest little eyelashes. Now I'm not going to make individual eyelashes, I'm just going to make a little lighter area right there. And he gets a highlight here where the light hits that upper part of the orbital socket around his eye. Use a bit bigger brush. I've got the paint on my brush. Now I can just make a light there. And then I use this brush to kind of give that feeling of his little wool. Let that white be textured. He's got a little cowlick in here that my reference is on I've got it on my laptop, and the tabaret sits to the right of my easel. And then there's just little darks in this. And he's got a little bit lighter right in here. Make his nostril. And this is just my mud. And his mouth here. putting some of my pink in here because his lips are he's a little darker right in here. His nose comes down. We just want that little sweet face. He's just content and happy, snuggled in here. Just got a nice little, almost a smile on his face. He's just very secure, safe. He says, nobody's going to get me here. The Lord is my shepherd. I need to do that other ear. I think that ear would actually come up there. I may have it a little bit long. I think I do. I have saved my flesh tones, so I can just I think that's going to be better. I had that ear too long. His ears are long, but not that long. So, just come back. This is the joy of oil paint, because I can leave these paint mixtures out on my palette for a few days, and they are there if I need them, if I need to make any corrections, or like this. So I can just come back in here. There we go. Now there will be a shadow here under his chin, where his chin comes down. See how easy it is to make that correction? And I'm also going to bring this little, his back will show more. Now his ear just comes down here. And I let this light part of his face really be textured, so you can almost feel that little woolly part of his face. It's going to be a little darker up here. This is now I still have a little bit more to do on this, but his head is blocked in, and I just want to say thank you for watching my YouTube videos. Please always feel free to ask questions in the comments section, and visit my blog, where I show the complete step-by-step process of this painting as well as others that I do. So the link is in the description below. It's also on the final frame of my video. So you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and thank you again.